bring in on the phone right now is Doug Freedman. He's an analyst at Broadpoint AmTech. He's one of the top-ranked tech analysts on the Bloomberg. He had a buy rating on TI before the release. So, Doug, hopefully you heard some of the numbers. You saw some of the numbers. What's your immediate reaction here?
Pretty much exactly with what we were expecting. Nobody wants to get, above where companies are going to be able to deliver. So just pulling up the range is probably pretty much in line with what I think most investors were expecting at this point in the quarter.
I wonder when these technology companies are going to get good enough to make a transnational phone call audible.
Transnational. Well,
I'm sorry, you're cutting off a little bit, so I was just alluding to that. Let me ask you what you think about orders here. Is the company getting the kind of orders, making the kind of sales that you want to see it making? Because they didn't raise their forecast. They just sort of tightened it up to the top.
Yeah, what we've seen on the semiconductor side right now is most of the companies are operating in a condition where they're at capacity constrained. So their ability to continue to placate demand, we have what we call long lead times, meaning that customers are having to place orders well out in advance of where they're traditionally used to. So lead times traditionally in our market are 4 to 6 weeks, and in fact, we're seeing lead times as much as 12 to 18. So the orders that they're taking from customers are really for production that's going to take place in the September timeframe.
Hey, Doug, it's Julie. Hopefully you're still there. When I look at the revenue breakdown for TI, about 14% of last year's revenue came from Europe. And as I was saying, a lot of analysts going into this were saying that European demand is holding up relatively well. Do you think that they can sustain that given the concerns over the economic growth in Europe?
Growth in Europe is absolutely a concern, but what I think most people are concerned about from Europe.
I'm going to say Doug's cutting out there.
Yeah.